Hello, and welcome, Emma. So pleased to have you here. So before we start, I'll just explain very briefly who I am because there will be new people watching this today. So welcome if you're watching live. My name is Sandrine Olmi. I run a clinic called Welfare Nutrition, and I help basically ladies, balance our hormones, get rid of PMS symptoms, get rid of bloating for good. These are the kind of things that I help women with. And then now I really focus on perimenopause as well, because I've realized that there's a big need for that. So that's the reason why I've invited Emma today. Emma is a qualified reflexologist. I'm going to let her introduce herself, but she's kindly, agreed to come and have a chat with us today. And she will show us how, reflexology can help us manage our hormones, basically. So, hello, Emma.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for welcoming me to your wonderful platform. I am extremely passionate about reflexology. It is, it's a holistic complementary treatment, similar to kind of acupuncture. So if you think about the tri approach of acupuncture, reflexology has the paradigm that you can break your hands and your feet down into zones, and so by putting pressure on different areas of your hands and your feet, it then has a positive reaction to the correlating part of your body, very similar to kind of the acupressure and acupuncture holistic therapy. But reflexology isn't quite as well known, so it'd be good to let more people know about it, for sure.
Great. I love just raising awareness about all these different therapies because they're wonderful. They really work. So how did you discover reflexology, and what made you train in that discipline?
Yeah, so my mum, actually, she's a reflexologist, and I was still at home when she was training, so I was her guinea pig when she trained. And I used to see she'd go into the local hospice and support cancer patients, as well as the other volunteers and the family, to help them with, if they were the cancer patients, help them with their treatment, because it's a great complementary therapy for medical treatment too, because all reflexology does, it gives the body a kick up the bottom to do what it should be doing already. But unfortunately, because of so many distractions, be it, stress, we're stuck in that fight or flight stance. Our body has shut down vital organs because we are so anxious and stressed that our body forgets to do what it should be doing as a natural process for us to be at a balanced and well-being, positive well-being state. So reflexology, by putting pressure on different points, you're really giving your body that reminder of, oh, hang on, this part of you is a little bit unbalanced. Maybe you should focus on trying to rectify that. So it's just, the way I describe it, it's like hose pipes of energy running through your body, which are your nerves. They start your hands, run down your central nervous system, and end up in your feet. And they're hose pipes. And if there's a kink in the hose pipe, your energy isn't able to flow around your body properly. So by putting pressure on the end of that hose pipe, you can unkink. So anyway, I digress. So my mum, she was a reflexologist, practiced on me, saw her helping people. And there was just something in that, if I can do something that's going to benefit others, that's a pretty awesome job to do, isn't it? So I've been in the event marketing world, extremely stressful, high pressured, crazy long hours. And I needed something that balanced my moral compass, that was putting good in the world when I was just helping, large blue chips make lots of money and causing myself a lot of stress in the process. So that's kind of how I ended up going down this route. It was very much a side hustle. And then when the events world became broken during the pandemic, it forced, in a very positive way, forced my hand to make more of a focus on it, to set up my own business as well.
Oh, fantastic. Wow, incredible. It gives me goosebumps because I love helping people too. And, when you can make a difference like that, it's really rewarding. I used to work in marketing, by the way, so I know exactly where you're coming from.
I understand the stresses, yeah.
Who do you help right now? Who's your kind of ideal client? Or have you got several, probably?
Yeah, it is, because reflexology, I do workshops where I teach mums how to do it on their babies, because it's great for colic, for digestive challenges, for reflux. It's great from a kind of a bonding point of view as well. You know, touch therapy is brilliant to build that connection with your child. So I hold workshops where I teach mums, pregnant ladies. It's brilliant to support fertility, but also to support when you are pregnant. You know, if you think about the unbalance you've got with the pressure, your back then causes some challenges. Everything's being squished within an inch of its life. So anything that can help relieve that unbalance is great. It's brilliant for bringing on natural labour. I've got a 90% success rate of doing a treatment and then someone 24 hours going into labour.
Oh my goodness.
But then also, you know, people everyday lives, but also it's great for perimenopausal because I can really focus on the endocrine system. So, you know, concentrating on the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, that master gland in our brain that really controls our endocrine system. I can really, really work on that to give it the best possible chance with the rebalance.
Excellent. So what kind of symptoms do you think that would relieve, you know, women going through perimenopause?
Yeah, so as I said, you know, obviously we know that estrogen is just, it's such a vital hormone that then we become, you know, it reduces in our system, doesn't it? And you know, that's needed for like normal cell function, our skin, our arteries, our heart, even like our bone formation. So anything you can do to support the body with that balancing of the hormones, it is going to help through that period, isn't it? You know, so really, as I said, concentrating on the hypothalamus, the pituitary, which I can show you where that is on your hands and your feet at the end, actually. Thyroid as well, from like a stress point of view. You know, that also then produces the calcitonin, which is the hormone which helps with that healthy bones. So if you can really help the thyroid release that hormone, that's going to help the negligence of the estrogen to really help your body function a bit better. Liver as well, you know, our liver takes an absolute battering continuously, doesn't it? So anything you can do to just support that liver, be it through nutrition, you know, but also through reflexology, you can really concentrate on the liver reflex, which will help with the balance. And kidneys and adrenals, you know, it's a stressful time. Your body is doing things that you're not used to. And I actually had a client this morning who's a friend of mine. She's early 40s, and just some of the symptoms she was describing, I was like, have you considered you could be going into a new phase of your life? And she hadn't considered it, but actually talking through it, she's like, oh yeah. And you know, that stress, that unknown, you're having all these you know, brain fog, or just not being able to think clearly, or just mood changes that you're just not used to. Is stressful when you don't know what's happening. So anything you can do to try and alleviate that stress, to remove yourself out of that fight or flight state and move into that rest and digest state, which is going to help your digestive system function better. It's going to help you sleep. It's going to help that prefrontal cortex engage. So you've got your, you know, your thinking part of your brain, your rational part of your brain, rather than that little amygdala, that reptilian part that's making us panic when we have a full inbox, or if we're going to have a difficult conversation, we just get into that, you know, that fight or flight stance, which is great in short bursts. But if we get stuck in that, then we're depleting our bodies of you know, all the good stuff that we need in us. So yeah, that was a very long-winded answer, sorry. As you can see, I'm very passionate.
It's fascinating because there is so much crossover, you know, with nutrition, and at the end of the day, we have one body, and all our organs talk to each other, and our hormones are, you know, chemical messengers talking to various parts of the body. And yes, if one is not functioning properly, then it's going to affect the whole body. So it makes complete sense that you can actually, you know, interfere. I don't know if you can hear this noise, but there's people cutting grass just outside my window right now.
How selfish.
Never mind, this is real. This is, you know, I'm not in a studio, I am in my office. Yeah, there's some kind people cutting grass outside. Never mind. Anyway, what I was saying is, yes, it's amazing to be able to discover, you know, how we can help our body just, yeah, balance itself and work properly. And because, you know, we live in such busy lives, and we, you know, there's lots of people that just get completely disconnected with their bodies. They don't, you know, when we ask them questions, do you feel this, do you feel that, they kind of go, I don't actually know. I've never even stopped to think about how I feel right now. Yeah. So I'm sure it's the same with you. When they come and see you, it's a chance to kind of go,
Yeah, completely. Well,
Myself.
it's like stress, you know, stress is 75% of the disease impact. So if you can remove that stress, you're going to help your body get better, because that stress is causing a lot of the issues. You know, I've gone through a stressful time recently. I actually had a, you know, rash all over my arm, which is a stress rash. You know, that's like a physical thing being impacted by my emotional state. We are so entwined, and that's what I love about reflexology. When I'm doing a treatment, I quite, you know, obviously I find out if there's any medical history that I need to be aware of, but quite often if someone's been dealing with something chronically, they don't think to mention it because it's just part of their everyday life. They don't think to say, oh yes, I've had, you know, lower back pain for the whole of my life. And then when I'm doing a treatment and I discover, I pick up, so there'll be areas that either feel sensitive to the client, or I feel, almost feels like bubble wrap under the skin or grains of sand. And that's a sign that there's a kink in the hose pipe, that something's unbalanced. And so I then at the end of the session tell them all the areas that I picked up on, and it's amazing when they're like, oh yeah, I have been having that, and it's I love it. It's just some people feel like it's like magic, but it's not. It's just proof that we're one system. It's all joined. You know, I'm effectively touching the 7,000 nerve endings in your feet, which are just, all those nerves are joined to different parts of your body, different systems, different organs. And I can just feel when there's something that's not quite connecting properly, and it just needs a bit of work.
7,000.
7,000 nerve endings in our feet. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. And in our hands?
Oh, you're testing me now. Oh, I have to get back to you on that one. You've
oh, don't worry.
less.
I didn't wasn't the plan to ask you a tricky question, not at all. Anyway, so if someone has never had a session, you know, and they say, actually, I'm really ticklish, what will happen?
Well, so you can do it on your hands. Our feet are more susceptible because our hands become desensitized because we're using them all the time. But I do treatments on hands. You know, I've recently done advanced hand reflexology because I wanted to go into schools, SEND schools in particular, because it's great to support children that may have digestive challenges. If they have special educational needs, quite often their digestive system is affected because of the stress, but also because the parents just want them to eat something. So then sometimes they don't necessarily eat the right thing for their body, but it's better than nothing. Yeah. So hands, I mean, they're great. They're extremely relaxing having a hand reflexology, and I can still pick up some of the cues, but because our hands are desensitized, it's not as easy for me to notice those points. But I was doing a hand reflexology the other day, and you know, I was doing this, so this is the sinus reflex up here. So these two are the ones closest to your ear, because that's your ear reflex. And these two are the sinuses closest to your eye, because that's your eye reflex. And I was doing these ones here, just working up it. And you do this, something, it's like a finger walk. So it's actually quite a hard pressure. So if you are ticklish, quite often people that are ticklish on their feet, they still don't find it ticklish because it is quite a hard pressure. It's not like I'm doing a light massage. It is finger walking. It is quite a hard pressure, you know. And if I'm doing the solar plexus, I really push down on it. But I was doing some of sinuses, and her sinuses near her ears popped as I was doing it. And I was like, oh yes.
So how about hay fever? Would that help at all?
Yeah. Clearing. So sinuses, eustachian tubes in the middle there, sinuses, eyes. And then also, if you think about it with hay fever, you're then all congested in your head as well. So your head, this is the whole of your head. So you can concentrate on here, go around the edge of your head. If you get headaches, you work around the edge of your head. And it correlates to your body. So here's my funny little foot. Here he comes up.
Oh.
I know, sorry, it's a bit weird, isn't it? But yeah, so your big toe is your head. So you can really try and remove some of that congestion by working that big toe. But obviously if you're doing it on yourself, it's a lot easier on your hands. So
amazing. So if someone, say, was a little bit stressed and had 5 minutes in their car while they're waiting for their kids to come out of school, I know it's school holidays soon, but you know, what can they do to kind of relieve stress? Is there sort of a manipulation that they can do?
So first, your adrenals. I mean, that's a no-brainer. So your adrenals can be found. So I'll show on your hand. So so this is your spine running the whole way down here. And then from here, you follow your ureter up, and your adrenals and your kidneys are in that point there. So you can press there, I would put money on it probably feels quite sensitive to you, because all of our adrenal glands are constantly working on overdrive. And if it doesn't feel sensitive, then you probably don't have the right point. So you're following up that line and coming into this point here. And yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel sensitive.
Yeah. And on your feet, it's, you follow it down here, and it's this bit here. You almost hold the foot. I'll see if I can do that. You're holding the foot there. That's your kidneys, your adrenals in that point there. Obviously, it's harder to do that. So on your hands, you want to do your adrenals. Solar plexus. Have you heard of the solar plexus?
Heard of it, but don't know much about it.
Yeah, the solar plexus, from a holistic point of view, if you think about you know, energy and chakras, your solar plexus is your middle chakra. And if we're thinking anatomically, it's right in the center of your nervous system. So it's where the majority of your nerves are overlapping in the core of your central nervous system, and it's right in the, like, your gut, like your stomach, pit of your stomach. So when you talk about it, it's spoken, you know, it's your energy center, but it's also your emotional core, and that's where you talk about your, you know, you can feel it in your gut. That's actually your solar plexus point, you know, your gut, the pit of your stomach. So on your hand, your solar plexus point, where your hand kind of folds there, this is your diaphragm reflex, and right in the middle of that point there, and you'll feel it almost goes in a bit. That's your solar plexus point. So you just want to hold that, and you can pulse it, or you can almost do like little circles in that point. And it's the same on both hands. So you want to, I always use my thumb, because your thumb's stronger. So you're going to find that point, and you're either going to pulse it, or you can almost do little circles like that. So you've got your solar plexus, your adrenals. As I said, head as well. Like if you get like stress, if you hold a lot of stress in your head, and also your TMJ. So a lot of us kind of clench our jaw when we're stressed, and our TMJ is our joint that joins our jaw to our skull. And the TMJ is on the inside of your thumb. It's the bone that sticks out. So what you can do, you can almost just either finger walk over that bone, so the bone that's sticking out the most, or you can just hold and just circle, and that's your TMJ. If you do clench your jaw when you are going over that joint, you'll be able to feel that, either that popping or that graininess that I spoke about. And on the foot, this is something you can do to yourself on the foot. It's on the inside of the big toe. So it's the bit that sticks out on the inside of the big toe. So if you were to walk down with your finger down your toe over that sticky outy bit, if you are someone that clenches your jaw and does put pressure on, you'll feel what I mean. You'll then understand that kind of graininess, that sand under the skin, the kind of the popping, because you will definitely feel something going there.
My daughter does, so I'm going to try that tonight.
Do honestly, let me know. It'd be very interesting if you can feel on the inside of her big toe, if you can feel something almost like, as I say, it's like grains of sand. It's that's the only way I can really describe it. But
how fascinating. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna pop to Facebook and see if there's any comments. I don't know if we can see comments. Probably not. Anyway, if anyone's watching and you've got a question, I found the whole thing really fascinating. So thank you, Emma. Wow, we could probably do all afternoon. But if you have any questions about specific conditions, or feel free to post a comment, and we'll come back and answer these, right? And where can we find you, Emma? Where can people get in touch with you if they want to?
Yes, so I'm based in Motsford Park. So I have a cabin in my garden that I do treatments from, but I also travel to people's houses, you know, especially if someone's like heavily pregnant and doesn't want to move too far from the house. So yeah, I'm mobile, but yeah, I'm based at in the SW area. You can find me. My website is dpk-ht.com, because my company is called DPK Holistic Therapy, because my surname is de Pfeiffer-Key. I know, I was a Smith before I married, would you believe it? So DPK is a lot easier than trying to write de Pfeiffer-Key, trust me. I'm also on Instagram at dpk_holistics.
Fantastic. Wow, that's been absolutely fascinating. I just can't wait to try this for my daughter.
Yeah, come for a treatment. You're just around the corner, aren't you? So
oh, that's been absolutely brilliant to connect with you. And actually, why don't you tell us about the event coming up in September?
Yes, very good point. Yes, so on the 3rd of September, I'm organising a wellness festival in, it's called Sir Joseph Hood Memorial Playground, but it's actually the park that's closest to Motsford Park Station. And my ambition for it is to get as many well-being, you know, suppliers, businesses, practitioners. I just want to celebrate everything we have on our doorstep that supports our well-being, and it's very much a passion project of mine. I used to work in events, so it's kind of my two worlds joining. So we've got, you know, we've got PTs doing boot camps, we've got yoga teachers, we've got artists showing you how to draw, we've got therapists doing treatments. Sandrine will be there on our, we're doing a special panel session talking about menopause, which Sandrine's going to sit on. We've got another panel session about children's well-being. We've got 2 child psychologists coming to give us some useful tips and hints that I will definitely be listening to. Yeah, so it's just a day, 12 till 4 on the 3rd of September, a celebration of well-being. Please come, it's free to be involved. Come down, do a boot camp, do a yoga session. All of it's on the website, which is the Sir Joseph Hood Friends website, which I'll send you the link, Sandrine. You can share it with
you can put it underneath the video as well if you just put your own.
Yeah, perfect. But yeah, no, I'd love to. There'll be music, there'll be people singing, bands, all sorts. Just a celebration of being human and just having fun.
Oh, wonderful! Sounds amazing. Well, that's an amazing thing to finish on, really. So thank you again for your time. And are you on school holidays now as well, or
Yeah, as of Friday. A few holiday camps chucked in so I can get some work done. But yes, the juggle starts as of Friday lunchtime.
Anyway, thanks again, and yeah, feel free to put all your details underneath this video, and I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good day. Bye.
Bye.